Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeChara coming to you once again live from downtown Flushing, New York. That's right. I'm in Queens, New York, folks. This is still the epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I got to tell you, it's still like a science fiction movie out there. I can't believe uh, what's going on outside and what's going on inside. But, we have no control over it. That's the bottom line. And what I've been trying to do is make the best out of it, make the best out of my business, help people out there make the best out of it for their business. And if you're watching this and you've been following me, you know that I've been having not issues, but this fear of doing these lives interactively because every time I tried it didn't work. But I'm going to practice what I preach, and that includes stepping through your fear, even though I hate this, because I might make a fool out of myself once again. And that's all it's about. And, I keep going back to one of my friends and clients, and I'm not going to mention her name again, Tatiana, but, this is some of the things that we have to do. And, the truth is, oh, there I am. I'm live. Oh my God, I'm live in like a couple of different places, and this is
interactively.
oh, and there I am. I'm on time delay, which is really freaky because I'm saying stuff, and then there's like time in between, and then I'm saying it again, and it says live. I wonder what would happen if I put this up against a mirror. Like, how many times would it go back and forth? That's the kind of stuff that I think about. But this is a breakthrough. I mean, it's not like the first time I've done it. I've actually broken through to this part a couple of times. And then maybe a couple of times I even got to, here, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to say, hi, give me a live if you are live. And hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. And there we go. I'm on there. It seems I'm in semi-real time because there is a delay. That means, I think, that if it's like radio, if I say something I'm not supposed to say, I think maybe I could stop this, and maybe I don't know. But this is pretty freaky, to be honest with you, because when I got into business, a fax machine was a mystery, seriously. And, the point is that I don't even know what the heck the point is. It's Sunday night. I'm here doing a Facebook Live, which is going to be in the cloud possibly forever. I don't even know. So all the stuff that I'm doing here, and that's what becomes scary. So I don't want to mention, Tatiana's name again, but and I'm not picking on you, but the point is that when you shared that stuff in the mastermind about how terrified you are of getting out there, I could relate to that. And then I just said, you know what? Let's make believe nobody's even watching this. And I'm just having a conversation with somebody, and here I am. I might be talking to myself, which is probably what's happening. But then again, you find out people watch this stuff. I don't know why. They probably have way too much time on their hands. But, and this is all an evolution. And I do have a point to bringing all this up. Because, and maybe the point is that 6 months ago, I could have never done this. I had a fear of going on Facebook Live. And now I'm streaming and on my timeline, which means that anybody, I don't even know what it means, just that a lot of people could be watching this right now or later. So what I decided to do was take all of that useless thought process about thinking about who's going to be watching this and see if anybody, I get no benefit from that. So I just started doing it. What's the difference, Tatiana? Okay. And it is kind of weird seeing stuff that I did a couple of seconds ago on the screen. I'm not going to lie to you. It is kind of weird. But if you don't know me and you're still listening to this, I don't know what your problem is or why you're still listening, because I don't know if I make any sense or not. But the truth is that I am a CPA licensed to practice in New York State and anywhere in the world, really. I just can't do audited financial statements, I think, anywhere in the world, which I don't do. What I do is I help small business owners arrange their toys in a line so that they could make money. So just imagine your parents have all of these cars, and people want to put money in the cars, but they're in traffic and they're stopped and they're not running. So I just show them how to put the cars in order so that people could drive the money to them. And then they put it in the bank and buy you all kinds of stuff. And that's how I would describe what I do to a second grader. And, that's one of the lessons I learned about marketing. But now what I'm doing is I'm definitely getting off course, because what I want to talk about tonight is my new program that I've been putting together for about 17 or 18 years. And this was just an idea that I had that long ago, seriously, about how I might be able to put my stuff together that I've learned over 35 years in accounting. And I've been a CPA over 30. I don't even know the numbers anymore. Let's just say it's a long time, and I've worked with thousands of business owners. And, you got to put a name on everything. So I came up with how you can win at business. How you can win at business. And I want to give all this information to everyone for free, because a lot of it I got for free. People told me what to do. I followed directions. Sometimes, most of the time, it didn't work, but a lot of times it did. Like this, where I had my friend Haley Gray teach me how to do Facebook Lives. And then I got my friend Jenny Wright to actually do an amazing landing page, which I want to share with you. And it's gonna kick off next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to take you through all of the wacky stuff that I've seen over these years, the crazy stuff that I've done and the crazy stuff that I've seen thousands of business owners do and screw up a lot of times. But what I've seen was that there is a pattern. Everybody seems to screw up at the same places. They make the same kind of mistakes and get the same results. So what I plan on doing in just an hour and a half on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is just show you a clear path on how you could arrange your toys so that that money that's supposed to get to you can get to you a lot quicker. And that's what I'm going to do. And so I called it the WIN program. Why? Because that's what everybody told me to do. You have to come up with some kind of name that's catchy and that people can remember, and then attach the words to it, that people will, get all these emotions from. And I don't know if I did that. And if I didn't, I'll find out by the results of how many people attended. And that's what I'm going to cover. You got to go by what results are you getting. Is your bank account where you think it should be or where you want it to be? Well, if not, then something happened along the process. There's something wrong, because there's two things you need to have a viable business. Number one, you need revenue. You need some kind of product or service that people are willing to buy. Not that they need, because people don't always buy what they need. They buy what they want. And the second thing is you need positive cash flow. Now, if you got the first thing, then I'm going to help you with the second thing, because that's where most people fail. They run out of cash. They run out of cash. They run out of time. And not always in that order. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is you won't have enough time to generate enough cash to outpace your expenses. So it's pretty simple. And that's what I'm going to do with my webinar on how you can win at business. And I don't want this to be a commercial. What I'm actually doing is this is going to be a course, one of my courses in Bedrock University, which is another thing that I've been thinking about launching for about 17 years. So I'm pretty excited about the fact that I have a couple of things that were just dreams for a long time. And now they're coming to fruition. And it's not by accident. It's because I figured out where the problems were. Because there was a problem. My bank account did not match my talent, my desire, my ability, my experience. It still doesn't, but it will, as long as I follow my own recipe for how you can win at business. So what does WIN stand for? And what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to repurpose, because that's what a lot of people taught me, was that repurposing is huge. And it fits in with my principles. You know, Benjamin Franklin had principles. I talk about him all the time, and his were called the Moral Perfection Project. And one of them was a place for everything, everything in its place. So what does that mean? I was just looking at the thing. You see, I got distracted. That's why I don't do the Facebook Live. I got distracted. But it wasn't even somebody commenting in the chat box here. But that's okay. So I might just need to have a co-host or something. But oh, John, hey John, are you watching? John gave me a like or something. He must be watching from another group. But anyway, where was I? So I'm going to repurpose this video and put it into Bedrock University so that all the content will be up there for free. So you could attend the live webinar, and I hope that you do, because there'll be some special stuff for people that attend. And there's only going to be special stuff for people that attend, because people taught me that's how you get people to the webinar. So all the stuff that I'm doing, hopefully I've learned from somebody else, or from my own trials and experience. But believe me, I didn't make any of this stuff up myself. This is all stuff that had to be painfully realized. So let me get into what win is in my mind, because it was always about winning. How do you win? Okay, if you're playing sports, it's pretty simple, because usually the person that wins has more points than anyone. And to me, in business, it's pretty simple on how you win, because at the end of the day, you're supposed to have more money in your bank account than what you started out with, or more equity, or more goodwill, or more of something positive. And if that's not your result, and you already got to step one, well, then there's something holding you back from winning. And my job is to help you figure that out. And I'm going to help you figure it out the same exact way that I figured it out. And I don't even have it all figured out, folks. I never will. Nobody ever will. Because if it was all figured out, there would be one book that explained it all. there would be one book, and nobody would have to, they would just study that one book. So all I did was I studied a lot of books, and I watched a lot of people, and I took the fundamentals of everything that I've read and I've learned and I've seen firsthand. And I looked at the results. And I just boiled it down to the lowest common denominators, and I made it simple. I can't make it easy. And that's one of the fundamentals. It'll never be easy. So let me just go through what the letters actually stand for, so you'll know what I mean by winning, because they do stand for something. And why, I've given 4 words to each letter. And there's absolutely no reason why I picked 4, except that 4, I got 4 right away with I, and getting 4 with N was a little bit tougher, but that's a whole nother story. But the point is that I'm going to tell you that W starts with Y. You got to start with Y. And that's a whole nother lesson that I'll take you through during the webinar. And then what? What is it that you're doing? You have your why, but then what is it? Where? Where is this happening and when? I'm going to leave all of they call this an open loop, I guess. I'm not going to go into, I don't even have time to go into what every word means, but it does mean something in the whole context of the course. And let's get to I, because the first thing that came to mind was income. If you don't have income, you don't have a business. Forget about the why, it doesn't matter. If you don't have income, you have a hobby. And like I've said in the past, millions of businesses never generate 1 penny in revenue. So why even bother with the rest of it? And that might seem harsh, but that's the unpleasant reality. And if, a lot of people aren't qualified to go into business. And even the ones that are go into stupid businesses like me. And I'll give you something like the car stereo business I bought from a client. What a disaster. I had no business being in that business. And if I realized it at the time, that would have been one less business failure because it didn't work. And I have about 29 more of them. I'm going to start documenting all the stupid businesses. But so income, intention, that's important. You got to have intention. And, I've come full circle with this thing, but your intention has to be to make a lot of freaking money. If your intention isn't to make a lot of money, well, that's actually fine. If you just want to make a little bit of money to pay your bills, I could respect that. But know how much money you want to make. You have to know that before going in. And integrity. I believe that you have to do your business with integrity. And that means not selling things just because you can. And I see way too much of that. And I'm gonna call people out on that stuff. Okay? I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Sometimes things go down in business that should just not go down. So you got to do your business with integrity, and your business should be irresistible. You need to have stuff that is so irresistible that people will come to you from nowhere. It'll be seemingly like, where is all this business coming from? But you have to create that irresistibility. Let's get on to N now. N, which gave me the most trouble in coming up with 4 words, and I'll tell you how I solved that. You want to do your business with nobility. You want to be knowable. And I had to dig for one of these. So I did a word search on words that started with N, like good business words. But it turns out it was perfect. Because it turns out knowable doesn't just mean like somebody at a high standard in society, which is one of the meanings. But the other meanings, the other two meanings that I saw were people that did stuff based on character and morals. And that's important. And it goes back to integrity. So do your business nobly. Now, the last three are powerful, and I didn't realize how important they were. But another one is nothing. Nothing. That's right, nothing. You let nothing stop you. Nothing. And the last one, I counted twice. I counted it twice because that's how important it was. And, you know, I have 13 principles that I go by, and the second one is tenacity. And I got that, the ranking from my friend Larry Broughton. He was a former Green Beret. He wrote a chapter in my book, From Myths to Money, about tenacity. And when I see questions about what is the worst thing that you ever did, or the one thing that you regret about business, and it was giving up. So the fourth word is never, 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 never give up. Just like this alarm. I set this alarm a long time ago, and it goes off at 8:56 every night. And there's no reason for it to go off, and I've never shut it off. All I have to do is shut it off, and it wouldn't go off. But I'm going to leave it on. Just because. And it just reminded me that that alarm will never give up unless I make it. If I turn it off, it'll give up. It won't go on anymore. And that probably makes no sense, but that's okay, because I'm almost done here. And all I want to do is share the screen with you. And I'm so glad that I did the interactive thing. And I don't think anybody watched or gave me any kind of stuff, but I could actually be in the wrong group too. Or people will watch afterwards, but either way, it's okay. So let me show you what Jenny Wright did. I'm going to share my screen with you. Hey, it worked. Actually, the whole time. So let me show you what she did here. We got the date. It starts Tuesday, May 26th at 4 p.m. All you got to do is register. It's free. And then you're going to get some really cool stuff that I can't tell you. Because if I told you, you might not register. So I want everyone to register. Go to howtowinatbusiness.com or how you can win at business. I actually got both domain names, and I got to tell you that I'll give Jenny credit there because I had it as how to win at business. But you is one of those power words. And I should have known that, but thank you, Jenny, for doing your job. I appreciate it. We'll give you some recommendations. If I haven't already, you'll get more. All right, so that's it, folks. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Joe DiChiara. Go to howyoucanwinatbusiness.com, and we will connect. Thank you.